John would come to town from Boston and New York and stay with Hunky. And Hunky would come over after John left back for Boston and eat a sandwich at my kitchen table and talk about what went on. And one day he came over and read a poem, two-line poem that John had written. Hunky in the kitchen making a sandwich. I hate him and he hates me. It's probably the first roommate poem we've had. It's very me, isn't it? It's very me. It's touching to the core and being honest. Thank you. Andy's back.
Hey guys, I missed you. So for the next performance, I'm going to have my editor come join me up on stage. This is Cori Hartwig.
I'm not quite ready, but I'm coming.
She's on her way.
I'm on her.
So we're going to be doing a little bit of a mixture. I'm a poet, and she's a musician. Those are our talents. So I'm going to do my poetry. She's going to do her music. We're going to kind of pass it back and forth so you guys don't get bored of one or the other, you know? Figure a little bit of life. She has asked me to start us off, so that is what I'll do. And I'm going to start us with poetry from Diane di Prima. She's, I guess, considered one of the lesser-known Beats. She was kind of the one that's kept me there the whole time. And this first poem is called First Snow. And after I read it, I'm going to read my response to it. So, First Snow by Diane di Prima for Alan. This, then, is the gift the world has given me. You have given me. Softly the snow, cupped in hollows, lying on the surface of a pond, matching my long white candles, which stand at the window, which will burn at dusk while the snow fills up our valley. This hollow, no friend will wander down, no one arriving brown from Mexico, from the sun fields of California bearing pot. They are scattered now, dead and silent, or blasted to madness by the howling brightness of our once common vision, and this gift of yours, white silence filling the contours of my life. The reason I've chose this poem to write to is it, for me, feels like she's looking back on the history, and I've always felt like I started 70 years too late. Like a lot of the poets I was meant to be poets with, they were already gone. So this was my response to her.
Not all of us, Andy.
Not all of them. And I'm learning that. There's a lot of good poets still have to, do poetry with. To Diane di Prima. Where are my saintly drug addicts, and when will they be whole? They see my skin and still believe that I could have lived in tragedy. I ride fresh in Union Square in my four-door sedan-style girl named Jessica. She is cool gray and has her paint peeled on the back left bumper. We roll on. I'm looking for the women with their flawed and ever-freeing love, and men with their holy sexual desires to make love into poetry. I arrived fresh in Union Square, brown from California's version of Mexico, looking for you, but I arrived 70 years too late. And still I search for orgies on Embarcadero that are neither encouraged nor discouraged, but simply are. You, my goddess who lived among my gods, have abandoned me to this political wasteland that is America. We are a nation divided, and like the San Andreas fault line on which I was raised, we will eventually snap, and one side must fall into the ocean to drown its ideology. And I fear it will be our San Francisco that breathes the holy waters, and I am not a good enough lifeguard, nor will I be able to walk on the water with burning feet, and I will not pull us from the fallout. You started the divide when you gave us hope. Or maybe you were given hope yourself, and for that I'm sorry. You saved yourself and smoked all the reefer, and blew all the beautiful jazz melodies, and wrote all the poetry. We've not the same stuff left, and you left me alone without even Bukowski in a land where poetry is as dead as newspaper and dying slowly like social consciousness. But I do not condemn my generation, for I have seen the sadness in their eyes. The searching, for they were tricked by those who were tricked by those who were tricked by those who made mistakes, and all we want is change in a direction, but how can we undo 5,000 years in the making? They call us millennials, but we have spent the least amount of time in any one millennium. We pine to fix our rotted roots, but we are too aware of the strange fruit they used to bear, and we sleep on stolen land, trying to justify why it is our home. We cannot give it back, for we have nowhere else to go. Kurt Vonnegut knew that time is no linear road, but a dirt field, and you can always return to the top of the hill if you wish to roll down once more. But I cannot smell your candles, nor can I flip through the moments when I could have met my Messiah, my Alan Christ, my Jesus Kerouac, my Diane Di Prima. But I can relive a single moment, and it is the moment you created with your first snow, when your white candle melted onto the lonely windowsill and the common vision was dead and silent. For I live in a world where we long to hear just a whisper of the songs you sang for granted. So I grew vocal nods, hoping to show my sisters and brothers just one right note. That way we rebuild your empire. But surely if I am an angel, then let it be Lucifer, where I will rebuild hell as a fiery Disneyland. And keep alive the promises you made me. That humanity could exist in humans, that race could be celebrated without being the king that demands we, the babies, be cut into pieces and given to each of the mothers that claim us, and that one day there can be no right or wrong because all is right and none is wrong, and it will be beautiful, and you, me, and all my saintly drug addicts will be whole. Little break from me. I'm going to have my wonderful editor come up here and do her thing.
Hello. So my name is Cori Hartwig, and I am also an editor and co-founder of Crooked Teeth, which is the magazine that Andy is affiliated with. To be honest, I have horrible stage fright, so I had to get drunk before I did this event, so I'm a little tipsy. I have to be honest with my audience, for sure. But this song is called Big Sur Dreaming. It's not on any SoundCloud or anything yet, but potentially it will be, and I hope you enjoy it.